Hello, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm LaKendra Tooks, and it's time for Tooks Takes. All right, as per usual, we got a big show today. We got to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're going to talk a little bit about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, RHORI, season finale, but we've got the reunion next week. So hopefully we'll get answers at the reunion next week. And we still have to talk about Summer House. Summer House, we just got some breaking news from TMZ. Just as I picked up my microphone, I'm seeing breaking news that West Wilson will not be invited back to the Summer House. Good. I think him and Amanda should just go and live happily ever after somewhere off TV. Just go be normal people. But we'll see what happens with them. More on that a little bit later, because I may have changed my position on a couple of things after watching that Summer House Part 3 of the reunion. And then, of course, we've got the extra bonus episode next week, or this week now. Really looking forward to that. And I watched this documentary. We haven't done any doc talk in a while. I watched a documentary on Netflix called Maternal Instinct. Actually, let's start there. Okay, because we'll talk about Atlanta in a second, but let's start with this little doc talk, because I love a good doc. I'm not the biggest true crime person. I am a true crime person. As y'all know, I'm gonna be in Seattle this week with the exhibition Mind of a Serial Killer. We already opened it in New York. We're opening it in Seattle next. So I think we all are curious. That's why true crime is so huge right now. We're all curious of like what makes people do the things they do. This story was really crazy. Maternal Instinct. Have you guys seen this? It's on Netflix right now. This woman faked a pregnancy. I don't want to tell you everything because I wasn't prepared. I actually, once I realized what was about to take place, I had to hit pause because I was like, oh my God. It ends really horrifically, but this woman is just like nutso. You guys, it's crazy. Now listen, she already had 2 kids. She's pretending to be pregnant, maybe all to hold on to a guy. I don't know what this was. This seemed all so strange. She might have just been a pathological liar. This woman's a nut job. This woman's a nut. And this is why, again, guys, we got to stay prayed up. And also, her now ex, I guess, the guy she was dating, his mother warned him. And I know my mama's listening right now, probably bobbing her head like a bobblehead, because my mama always says, you got to listen to your mama. Well, this is one of those situations where he really should have listened to his mama. Now, this is the part where I would have listened to my mama, because this girl was pretending she had all kinds of money. Also, in the world of Google, guys, we can't be getting duped by people anymore. I'm Googling you. If I can't find you, I'm gonna find you. Oh, baby, I'm gonna find you. So I'm gonna figure everything out. You're telling me you got lots of money? I'm calling up the Department of Treasury. Is this true? Do they really have money? Oh, I'm calling the banks. I gotta know what's going on. So she claimed to have all this money. She got his mom a car, just a Nissan Altima, nothing that fancy, and the car got repoed. Now, see, that's when I would have said, what's up with that? But he stuck around after that. You get my mama a repossessed car? Baby, I need to unpossess you, because what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm not going to tell you how it ends because it's crazy. And I think it just came out. So I'll give you guys some time. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on Netflix. It's called Maternal Instinct. We'll talk about it later because it's crazy. Crazy, y'all. If you got your mind, that's something you got to really be grateful for, because there's a lot of really crazy people out there. My Lord. Okay, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's just because that's actually too much. Actually, you guys, I'm sorry I started with that, because that is kind of giving me, it's making me a little nauseous. Even just thinking about Maternal Instinct, that documentary again, it made me nauseous while I was watching it. It's making me nauseous to talk about it again. Let me cleanse my palate with some Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kelli's got friends in high places. She's got the guy that just gave her the $70K for her new teeth. She's moving out of her apartment. She's got a disgruntled neighbor. This all happened. This was all in the news last year. Her neighbor actually got a restraining order against her. Now, listen, guys, this is what happens when you live in the neighborhood and there's an HOA. You got to park the way they want you to park, or they will boot your car. And when they boot your car, you can't get mad and go crazy. This is a lovely neighborhood. People are paying a lot and those HOA fees. So listen, if you want to be able to park any which way that you want to, you got to go live all the way out in the country. You got to go get you some acreage. If you're living in the neighborhood, you got to follow the rules. So anyway, Kelli said, let me just go. Now, what do you do? I've never had a disgruntled neighbor. I don't know. Moving is tough. Okay, I'm in an apartment right now. I'm still renting and I'm still like moving is tough. Moving out of a home that you own is tough, but it's a lot easier if you got a friend who says, baby, just come stay at my townhouse. That's what Shamia did. Shamia's like, listen, I have an investment property. Just come live there. Amen. Yes, we want to date rich, but we also want a friend rich. We got to have rich friends. So when you're in a bind, your friend can just say, baby, come stay at my investment property. It's no big deal. Here's the key. Go. Come on. Bring the kids. I love that. Also, it's good to have a friend who's a lawyer. Miss Phaedra Parks. Now, we remember back in the day when Phaedra was trying to help Sheree get her child support, it didn't go so well. But apparently, maybe Sheree gave her a check that bounced. Y'all know Sheree's a little. But anyway, Phaedra Esquire is going to do some pro bono work for Miss Kelli to help her with her divorce, with her child support, with her custody. She wants her kids to be able to film on the show with her. I mean, her ex is really putting her through it. And you know what? We know that Cynthia Bailey has that classic line, win a case, win a case. Well, Phaedra said, I'm about to win this one for Kelli. Okay? I'm going to win this one for Kelli. And I hope she does. Because listen, I've never been divorced. I hope I never get divorced. At this stage of the game, when I get married, I'm like, look, boo-boo, we're doing this forever. Okay? So when my man proposes to me, I'm going to be like, are you sure? Because we're doing this forever. I'm not getting divorced. The only way out is death. Yours. Okay? Just till death do you part. Because I'm here and I'm going to live a long time. But anyway, God, divorce is so hard. So Kelli, good for you, girl. You may be short, but you are not short on friends and high places that can help you, give you a place to live, give you legal advice, help you get your child support and get all your alimony, girl. Get it. Take all his money. If you're going through a divorce, please take all that man's money. Please take it all. Take it all. Also, Pinky. I did not know Montel Jordan, this is how we do it, is your pastor. I didn't know Montel Jordan was a pastor. Okay, in my world, Montel Jordan is the singer of This Is How We Do It. I want to go to his church. Next time I'm in Atlanta, Montel Jordan, I'm coming to your church. Because I bet you he's like, this is how we do it in the church, okay? This is how Jesus does it. Hallelujah. I guarantee you that was his first sermon. This is how Jesus does it. But I love that. I love that her and her husband, they've got this marriage counselors, the pastor and the pastor's wife. Who better to be your marriage counselor than the pastor and the pastor's wife? Now, unless, of course, your pastor is Giselle Bryant's ex-husband, Pastor Holy Whore, well, then maybe you want to I don't know. But if you got a pastor who's a great guy and he's in a great relationship, that's amazing. If they're willing to be your counselors for your marriage, that's amazing. Golly, I might need to move to Atlanta. I might need to move to Atlanta so that I can go to Pastor Montel Jordan's church and so that I can just have an investment property where, if one of my friends is going through it, it's like, baby, just come live here. Baby, just come live in my townhouse. It's no big deal. I'm in the mansion. You can live in the townhouse. It's no big deal. I gotta step it up a notch. Every time I watch Atlanta, I'm like, I gotta step it up a notch. I want to step it up. I want to go roller skating. I want to go out to the club with Shamia and her mom and K. Michelle. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about going to the club with your mom? Now, let me tell you something. I was about to say my mom is cool, but that would not be the truth. I don't know if anybody would ever describe Charlene Tooks as cool. I mean, my mama is, that we can have a margarita, at happy hour or something like that. But going to the club with my mama? No. I don't even want to go to the club with my little nieces. My little nieces, when they turn 21, I'm like, look, baby, I'll get you one Cosmopolitan, but I'm not going to the club with you. I don't want my nieces to even see me like in my after hours wear. I don't want that. I'm a role model. My mother's a role model. I don't want to see my mama at the club. Period. Under no circumstances. Charlene, if I see you at that club, I'm gonna tell them, get this child out of here. Because my mom does kind of look like a little girl sometimes. She does. So I'll say, security, get this child out of here. She's not allowed to be in here. Anyway, there's also a scene where the girls all go to Drew's house. Y'all know Drew's ex-husband. What is that man's name? Earl? What is Drew's husband's name? I cannot remember his name for the life of me right now. Oh, God, his name is like Earl or Gerard or Jerome. I cannot remember that man's name right now. His name is escaping me, but you know where he's not escaping? The basement. Because he's in the basement. He is down there in Ralph. His name is Ralph. Okay, y'all, let me tell you something. I did not realize until recently your air can be absolutely disgusting even when your house looks clean. Like dust, pollen, pet dander, smoke, weird smells. We all got them. All of that just floating around while you're trying to relax and watch Bravo? No, ma'am. That's why I've been using Jasper. And listen, this is not just another air purifier situation. Jasper is an air scrubber, baby. It's designed to actually clean the air on a whole different level. And honestly, I noticed the difference fast. My space feels fresher, I wake up less congested, and it just gives luxury wellness energy. Now, if you spend a lot of time at home like I do, this is one of those upgrades that actually feels worth it. Go to jasper.co/Tooks and use code Tooks at checkout to get 20% off. That's JASPR.co/Tooks. Code Tooks. Ralph's in the basement. The girls are upstairs in the kitchen having a good time. Ralph's in the basement. You know what? Right on. If I ever do get divorced, I'm going to say, you know what? You want to stay in this house? You take your bleepity bleep 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 down to the basement. Actually, no. You go stay in the attic. You go up to the attic. I want you to have to climb a ladder to get in and out. Okay? That's the only way you're going to stay in my house. But now, Porsha. Y'all know I love my girl Porsha. You know, Porsha is out here in these streets. She's living her best life. She's dating men. She's dating women. She's doing everything. And I love that for her. So y'all know Dennis is the baby daddy and the ex-fiance. He shows up with the ring. Now, I saw some people talking about this online already. It doesn't look like the ring that he originally gave her. I don't know if this is I don't know which ring this is. These people, there's lots of diamonds, there's lots of rings, but he brings it back to Porsha, and Porsha gets really emotional. And I will say that is an emotional thing. Now, listen, I've never been engaged. When I get engaged, you're going to have to pry that ring out of my cold, dead hands. I'm keeping the ring forever. I don't care. I don't care if we break up. I don't care. That ring is mine and I'm keeping it forever. Now, this seems like a situation where the ring has been recycled. So he originally proposed with the ring, then he proposed again. And now he's back to say, you know what, this time you just have it. Because I was holding on to it because I was thinking, hey, maybe one day I'll propose to you again. But now that you out here, you're in these streets, you're dating men, you're dating women, you're divorcing Simon. Here, you take this ring back because I'm not going to ever give it back to you. I'm not going to ever try to propose to you again. And I think that is what hurt Porsha's feelings. Ooh, that is what hurt her right in the big booty feelings. And I'm telling you, the big booty feelings are extra sensitive. So Dennis knew exactly what he was doing. He had on that Nick Cannon style turban and he was ready to get it twisted. He twisted up that turban and then he twisted up Porsha's heart. Dennis, you know what you were doing. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Speaking of dirty, let's talk about RHORI, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Rula's husband, Brian, is dirty. Brian, why are you putting the tracker on Rula's car? Rula should have been put a tracker on your car, Brian. What are you doing putting the tracker on her car? What, are you afraid that she's going to show up at your mistress's house? First of all, Rula doesn't leave the house. You don't need to put a tracker on Ruler. You know, a ruler. Ruler, the ruler of the roost. You know exactly where Rula is. She's in bed. I was in bed. I was near death. And you guys are out here talking about a video. Meanwhile, I'm in bed and I'm on my deathbed, near death in my deathbed. Rula's not, she's at the house. You don't need to put a tracker on her car. So Brian, why did you do that? Local podiatrist put the tracker on the girl's car, and it's classified as domestic abuse. It's a domestic case. So it's classified under domestic abuse. Was he domestically abusing her? I don't know. I pray to God not. On top of everything else, Now, during the episode also, we talk a little bit more about that video. Brian does admit that the video is real, because I really like how Joellen's husband, Gary, is like, look, Brian, me and you need to talk. You out here calling my wife a liar. I saw the video. Okay, what's she lying about? And I don't like this narrative that she's a liar. She's not lying. She's simply a person who's coming forward with information, And Brian backed down a little bit. See, I don't like that either. I don't like it when a man feels like he can get all about it with a woman, but then when he's talking to another man, he's like, "Yeah, man." It's like, I don't know. That's kind of like, that's a little bitch boy for me. I mean, there's nothing more bitch boy than cheating on your wife, the mother of your children. Ultimate coward move. Rula, girl, Rula, you already know what's up. I can't wait to see the reunion next week. Also, congratulations to Alicia. She got proposed to again. This time it was romantic. She's starting her own line of crackers. Alicia's the breakout star. Good for her. Now, I did see some scuttlebutt about her and her man and their relationship. But honestly, Alicia, I relate to her. Because I feel like I'm one of those women, too, who would just be like, is my name on the house? I don't know. Which, like, ladies, we can't be like that. Like, we have to be on top of everything. Like, no matter what, even if you're married to like a super wealthy, successful guy, you got to still have an eye on things. So anyway, Alicia, congratulations on getting engaged again. I hope you come out with that line of crackers. Keep them low carb and high protein. I will eat them. Okay, let's talk about Summer House. Part 3 of the reunion. Mia and Lindsay were like, I don't feel like I got any clarity. I got clarity. Sierra, you got your clarity, girl. It might not have been what you wanted, but you got it, girl. Here's the clarity that I got. Both Amanda and West see Sierra as a disposable friend. Okay? My question to West, if I ever get him on the LaKendra Took show, which apparently he's going to be available now because he's not coming back to Summer House. Now, that's what's going to be interesting to see. Now that he, I feel like he does a lot of stuff. He's a clout chaser, as the kids say. He does a lot of stuff to try to like maintain his relevance. If he's not going to be on the show anymore, what does that mean for him and Amanda? I also wonder, when West first entered the house, what was that, 2-3 seasons ago? If Amanda had been single, would he have gone after Amanda instead of Sierra? Because I think he really does care about Amanda. I think he loves her. I think this is going to happen. Guys, I don't think they would have risked all this for a hookup. I really don't. And I know that West is an F-boy, but even an F-boy will settle down when he meets somebody that he really loves. I think that he wanted an experience with Sierra because she's a hot black girl. True. That's how I feel. I feel like he's probably had many of an experience with many a hot girl. I don't think, it didn't sound like it sounded like he wanted to have an experience with a hot black girl, the allure of it, the exotic of it. But really in his heart, he just wanted a basic white girl like Amanda. And that's what he's got now. And I think that's what he's going to stick with. I mean, they took that international trip. An international trip is huge. Men, if my future husband's listening right now, do not invite me on an international trip unless you mean business. Because on that international trip, I do want a ring. I want to be proposed to. Oh, I have so many ideas about how I want to be proposed to. Oh my gosh. Well, that's another episode. But Sierra, sadly, girl, yeah, you got your closure. These two don't care about you. Amanda was saying she hasn't even watched the episodes. I don't blame her for not watching the episodes because she's going to feel terrible to see this girl being not just a good friend, being your soldier, your cheerleader, being there for you. But I hope that we're all learning some lessons here because everybody doesn't deserve how great you are. Like, you're so great. Like, honestly, let me say that to the Kensday crew right now real quick, okay? Because Sierra's a great girl too, and everybody doesn't deserve to have access to that. And I feel like a lot of us, we have our guard up with the men, but unfortunately, we have to have our guard up with some of these women too. Everybody ain't your friend. And we've been talking about the discernment, that intuition, that sixth sense. Y'all, you got to keep it sharp. You got to keep it steady. Because I feel bad for Sierra because I'm sure she's just like, dang, I was giving away all my good friend juice to this girl who never cared about me at all. Actually, let me take that back. I do think Amanda and Wes see Sierra as disposable. Like, what they've got going on is more important than their friendship with Sierra, potentially than their friendship with other people in the group too. I mean, I felt so bad seeing Jesse cry. I don't usually feel sorry for men. In fact, I never feel sorry for men. I felt bad for Jesse. I felt bad for Kyle. This whole time, I know I've been Sierra. This beat is, I've been all about Sierra. And I love Sierra. You know, like, I mean, listen. And again, I always see things through the lens of a black girl because that's what I am. But I also can see things through the lens of a human being because I'm a human being first. And I do feel bad for Kyle. Again, I haven't watched Summer House. Like, I'm not like a Summer House historian here. So was he a bad husband to Amanda? You know, I don't know. It doesn't sound like they had the best marriage. It seems like she checked out a long time ago. Did she get into the marriage mostly to just be on TV? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, people will do anything to be on these reality shows because it is such a great business opportunity. It's such a great way to work and make a lot of money while not really having to do that much. So, you know, it's I did feel bad for Kyle because I could tell he cares about her. He wants the best for her. He considered West a friend. You know, to see the timeline, oh, the timeline is so hinky. And the lying, I don't know what to do. I can't come back after you've lied to me, after I know that you're capable of lying to my face. Like, how do we even come back? You know, even with a friend, definitely not with like a guy that I'm dating, but with a friend too, because now I'm just like, you know, is your name really West? I need to see your birth certificate. Like, I want to know everything because now I don't trust anything. And I felt bad. I felt bad for Jesse. I felt bad for Kyle. I do, of course, still feel bad for Sierra, but Sierra's going to be just fine. I mean, honestly, everybody's going to be fine. At the end of the day, all of these kids are going to be just fine. I'm not really like actually worried about anybody. But at the reunion too, I just noticed like it didn't feel like Amanda and West, like I know Andy asked him if they were asked West if he was on the beta blockers, but even Amanda, like they both seemed so unemotional. Like I would be crying hysterically if I knew I betrayed my friend. And I could see the tears in Sierra's eyes. I saw people online trying to act like that Sierra still wants West. No, I think that Sierra truly is hurt, that she poured so much. She poured her friendship juice all over this friendship. And Amanda soaked it up like a sponge. But at the end of the day, stabbed her in the back. But again, I think these two are going to make it. And I think they're going to make it. Because I don't think they would do all this unless they were serious about each other. And I know, and who knows, maybe I'll be eating crow soon. And I know that West is an F-boy, but I'm telling you, these F-boys, when they meet the girl they like, they'll settle down with her. That's the sad part, ladies, girls, gays. If they ain't settled down with you, sometimes it's not that they don't want to settle down. It's that they don't want to settle down with you. That's the part that hurts my feelings. When it's like a guy that I like, and then it's like, what do you mean? Like, I see you being with somebody else and being sweet and nice to her, but why didn't you do that with me? She didn't want to do it with me. If he wanted to, he would. Guys, we already know. We already know. And the truth hurts. And also, this is another epiphany I had while watching part 3 of the Summer House reunion. Sometimes, y'all know I love God. God will be trying to show you something, tell you something. You're not listening. You're not getting it. Sometimes God has to bop you upside your just hard head and say, do you see now? I think that's what needed to happen with Sierra for both West and Amanda, because they're not her friends. They don't care about her. And I think that God was like, I'm going to bop you upside your head with this so that you know these two are not your friend. So now if you do decide to go back and be friends with them, do it at your own risk. Because it's like God, the universe, whatever you believe, will bop you upside your head with some harsh truths. Neon red flags. And it's like, what are you going to do from here? So that hurts, and it's tough love, but sometimes it is the tough love that we need. The good Lord, certainly, he bops me on my head often. Because sometimes I don't know. I think that's why I'm still single. I think I still have lessons to learn. We're going to start transitioning into the Tooks takeaway right now, because As y'all know, I said this last week that I tried to dip my toenail of my baby toe back into the dating waters, and just like that, I'm back out. I'm back on dry land. I'm done. I'm giving it to God. And that's the Tooks takeaway for today. Give it to God. And when you give it to God, you got to leave it with God. Because I'll be like, I gave it to God, but then I take it back. And I gave it to God, and then I try to start pulling the strings. No, I want a relationship. I want to fall in love. I have my goals. I want it. I want to get married. I want to have children. I want to have a beautiful family and a beautiful home. That is a desire that I've had for a very long time. I don't know why it is taking so long. I don't know why it seems so difficult and so much work to get something that I really want and that I think will be, that I think I'll be a really good wife. I think I'll be a really good mom. I think all those things. I think I could have a really beautiful, successful family. It hasn't happened for me yet. I don't know why. I'm still, I still believe. My heart is still open. However, for me, I'm just really, I don't know, guys. I'm going to be candid. I have a bad pattern. I have a really bad pattern where I will have like 3 lovely weeks with a guy and then like clockwork, he ghosts. It just happened again. And I don't know what it is. Is it me? Is it them? Here's the thing though. No, it's not me. It's not them. It's happening all around the world right now. It's humanity. Something is off. I don't know what it is. I don't know if something's off I don't know if we're spiritually off. I don't know if we're politically off. I don't know if we're morally off, but something is off right now because I see it happening to me. I see it happening to a lot of beautiful girls. Beautiful. I know so many beautiful, successful, amazing women who are single. And then I see the guys online too being like, I'm having a hard time dating too. But I'm also just looking at them a little bit like, are you? Or are you just trying to make content? I don't trust the boys. When the boys are like, ooh, I'm like, you know what? I don't believe you. There's great girls everywhere. When I hear a straight man, talking about his dating woes, I'm like, boy, bye. That's your own fault. There's beautiful, amazing women everywhere. As a man, if you haven't found one, I'm looking at you funny. Now, as a woman, it is harder for us. And it's harder for us too because we're supposed to let the man lead. And we want to let the man lead. I mean, at least I do. I'm old school. I would love to have a man that I could trust to lead, to protect, to provide, all that stuff. I want that. But you know what? And one of my little baby yoga nieces said this the other day. A lot of guys, they want the look of the diva, but they can't handle the diva. And that's what we're realizing here. I saw a thing a while back that said a lot of guys will marry the 6. Let me tell you something, baby. You are not a 6. And don't you become a 6 for anybody. You are a 10. And you stay a 10. And you be a 10. Be an 11. I'm not dumbing myself down to a 6 for anybody. If you can't handle me at my full 11 energy, then you don't deserve me. So guys, I tried. I opened my heart. I was getting out there, like trying to be so, I'm still going to be out there. I'm still going to be out there being cute, being social. But I think for me, like, because that's the thing with me too. I am, and any of my besties listening right now, like when I meet people and I like them, I like you immediately. My friends, coworkers, everybody that I like, it's like I meet them and I like them immediately. I love that about me, but it just doesn't work well with the dating. But I want to be able to be myself. I don't want to there's this book, Why Men Love Bitches. I'm not a bitch, and I don't want to be a bitch. I want to be Lakendra Tooks. Lakendra Tooks is a really sweet, funny girl who likes to laugh and eat candy and watch old episodes of Friends and enjoy life. And go shopping at Ross, So it's like, I gave it to God. So that's the Tooks takeaway for the day, y'all. When you give it to God, you got to leave it with God. And you got to trust him. You just got to say, Lord, I trust you. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. But I know you have a plan. Here's the sermon. Y'all know I'll start getting into a sermon. It's like, Lord, I don't understand what's going on. Well, that's what the Bible says. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not on your own understanding. I think I'm the only person that can use the word bitch and then quote the Bible 2 seconds later. Listen, where I come from, I'm from Georgia, down south. We'll cuss you out and pray for you in the same breath. That's how we roll. But that is the epiphany that I've had, and I'm sharing it with you all. We're all on this journey. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all learning as we go. None of us are perfect. We get a little older. We get a little wiser, but that doesn't mean we have it all figured out. But the epiphany that I also had this week, and I journaled about this, was, when we trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not on your own understanding, that means things are going to happen that you don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I'm a great girl. I don't understand why I'm still single. I don't understand why so many of my amazing friends are still single. If I was a man, I'd marry all my friends in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? I'd marry them all. We'd move to Utah and I'd let them all be my wives together and we'd have a blast and have 19 kids and counting. But that's the thing, huh? Lean not on your own understanding. Man, how many Tooks takeaways? We ended up with like several Tooks takeaways today. So, okay. Tooks takeaway number 1. You give it to God, you got to leave it with God. You got to trust God. You got to lean not on your own understanding. And when it doesn't make sense, that's okay. Because even if it's not making sense to you, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, is working behind the scenes, and one day it's going to all come together and you're going to say, that's why you let that dumb guy ghost me, because you had a better guy for me this whole time. And I do feel like, for me, every ghost that doesn't make sense, I think it's just God saying, baby girl, I got somebody better for you. You tripping over that guy? I got somebody better for you. And he's 6'2", and he's tall, dark, and handsome, and wealthy, and obsessed with me. We're manifesting. You know what else we're manifesting? Tooks Takes, becoming, being, staying the #1 podcast on earth. We are on our way, and that is all thanks to all of you, the Ken's Day crew. Thank you all so much for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. The social media is growing, baby. We are growing. I can't thank you all enough. All right. I hope everyone's having a fabulous summer. And as always, I hope my light helps you find your light and you shine so bright. And baby, don't let nobody dim that light. The dimmers are rampant. Do not let them dim your light. Shine brighter. Turn it up. They try to dim you, baby. Turn it up. Go get a little bit more wattage in your light bulbs. Turn it up on them. Shine brighter. And I will see y'all next time. Bye. Mwah.